Greetings, tribe and family. Welcome. So, what I'd like to do is continue where I left off last week, discussing the hidden chakra energy centers. And the third and last chakra that I'd like to cover is referred to as the Soma chakra. So, give me a sec. I'm going to share my screen here. So, the Soma chakra is referred to also as the nectar or Amrita chakra. And as the Amrita means both nectar and immortality, Soma is also called the nectar of immortality. Soma flows in drops called bindus in tantric thought. So, as the Agni is the fire that ascends from below, Soma is the grace that descends from above. And so the Agni, just so you comprehend what Agni means, the Agni relates to the Kundalini fire that ascends from the root chakra below, and Soma is the corresponding nectar that descends from the 1,000 petal lotus of the head above in higher yoga practices. So when they refer to the 1,000 petal lotus of the head above, they're referring to the crown chakra, because that's typically where is located the 1,000 petal lotus. The 1,000 petal lotus is often called the seat of Soma or the moon chakra. So just also wanted to show you where the Soma chakra is located. And I apologize, last week when I covered the Manas chakra, I did not show you the location of that chakra. So I'll actually show you both. Let me share my screen really quick to do that. So as you see here, this is a picture of all of the energy centers located within the body. The Manas chakra is just like the Soma chakra. Both are located between the third eye and the crown chakras. So the Manas is, so for example, the third eye is located between the brows of your forehead, and then the Manas chakra is above the third eye chakra, and the Soma chakra is a little bit higher, just above the forehead, between, again, the crown, but closer to the crown than the third eye. So both the Manas is the Soma is really between here in these areas. Okay, they're all located, both chakras, on the forehead. So I'm gonna stop sharing here and go back to the other area. Soma relates to the mind in Vedic thought, which is often identified with the moon and has its seat in the head. The mind, like the moon, has a reflective nature that is developed through receptivity, observation, and contemplation. The mind functions best when it is cool and calm, like the light of the moon. The mind has its own natural contentment when it rests in its own nature, held silent within us. Honoring the moon in our lives and understanding the place of the moon in our Vedic astrology chart helps us work with Soma within us. Now I'm going to touch on astrology next week, because there's some things relative to all of this. It's all interrelated, but we'll talk about that next week. So continuing on here, the 1,000 petal lotus of the head has its physical counterpart in the brain and its many folds of tissues and fluids. In terms of Ayurveda, Soma relates to the Tarpak Kapha, the one of the 5 forms of Kapha dosha that lubricates and nourishes the brain and nervous system. It supports the watery nature of the cerebrospinal fluid and promotes contentment, balance, and well-being at both physical and psychological levels. Tarpak means that which gives contentment. So developing Tarpak Kapha, Amrit, or Soma is a way of gaining control of our own brain chemistry and promoting the secretion of positive chemicals and hormones that keep our nervous system calm and content. This development of soma, tarpat kapha, can help counter many adverse psychological conditions, notably depression, anxiety, stress, anger, and addictions of all types. It is an important factor in Ayurvedic psychological treatments. This inner soma or tarpat kapha has the power to heal and rejuvenate both body and mind, including the senses and the nervous system. It is the basis of Ayurvedic rejuvenation. It is the basis of Ayurvedic rejuvenation practices, particularly for the mind. And so, just to touch on the mantra here, mantra is the main yogic tool for work on the mind. This implies the development of soma, amri, or ananda as the essence of the mind. Mantra can be used to develop our inner soma, which is the happiness inherent in the nature of awareness. As you develop the soma or happiness energy of your mantra, it will have a greater healing power both for yourself and for others. Yet, as a form of soma, the mind is also the ultimate result of our nutrition and digestion at both physical and psychological levels. This essence of mental digestion is reflected in our memories. The mind, as the essence of our memories, should be based upon positive memories and attitudes. Taking your mantra to the deepest level of your memory is an important way to do this. Meditation is a way of cultivating the essence of our being and connecting to the inner delight or soma of resting in our nature as pure awareness. It is a way of extracting the essence of peace and happiness that pervades this vast, wonderful universe of consciousness. The seed mantra develops into a natural state of meditation in which we can feel a single awareness, vibration, and creative energy pervading not only ourselves, but also the entire world around us. So I'm going to stop right there. And so the reason why, in a nutshell, I wanted to cover these chakras. First off, a couple of revelations here. These are very important hidden chakras that they hid them for a reason because they're all relative to the mind, right, and thought. And if people understand really all of the major key energy channels within the brain itself, that's just going to help people really to elevate to higher states of consciousness. And that's something that uh, they don't want. So the other thing I wanted to mention is, although I only covered the three chakras relative to uh, the areas of the brain and energy centers within the brain itself, there are way more other chakras, even relative to the mind, the brain, right? I mean, there's the nirvana, there's the bindu, and it just the list goes on and on and on. So there are additional hidden chakras as well in the areas of the brain, as well as other chakras, right, within in energy channels within the body. But I just wanted to cover these because I felt they were very important. The other thing that I wanted to touch on is really the nitty gritty of all of this. The reason why I covered this information, or I wanted to unveil this information, I felt was very important. First off, the whole chakra system in the Nadi system, which essentially is the Vedic system, is, although it is relative to healing the mind and the body, there are other chakra systems, right? Ancient chakra systems. There's so many, right? There's the Egyptian one, and there's the you also have the one relative to Kabbalah, and and it just goes on. And then there's obviously the one in Chinese medicine as well, the meridian system. But the main thing to understand is the chakra system here is probably one of the most popular ones, the ones in Vedic, the Vedic Nadi system. But the reality is that even that chakra system, right? When as I studied it, first off, a lot of the areas where they have the the mantras to target certain areas of the body to activate certain chakras. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, is the whole thing is really it's it's just let me I guess the best way to put it is there's two sets of doctrine that goes on in the esoteric world. Okay, there's two sets of doctrine. You have the doctrine that is unveiled in the so there's two sets of doctrine that is being taught in the conscious community, right? You have the the secret squirrel groups, and they do not teach what is actually the real doctrine to the public and the real areas and mantras that people to activate all of these various energy channels within the body. So, in short, the mantras, even the mantras that are being covered in the Vedic system, are not the real mantras. Okay. And those mantras are actually really geared or designed to only really, they're just targeting the lower regions of the body. So if you're sitting there and you're repeating these mantras, which are essentially spells, that's what mantras are, to target the lower regions of or lower energy centers, lower chakras of the body, the root chakra. And when I say the lower areas, I'm referring to the root chakra, the sacral chakra, as well as the solar plexus would be considered the lower areas. How are you going to focus on ascending when you're targeting through those mantras the lower areas of the body? What that does is that's activating the lower, exactly what they're geared to do is to activate the lower areas, the lower chakras. And the whole idea is the reason being is because they really don't want people to tap into the higher altitudes and states of consciousness. So they have this system that the whole thing's rigged. Okay, in other words, it's just rigged. I mean, I studied and I looked at all of the areas that it's targeting, and it's not targeting any of the areas that really are helping people to really elevate their states of consciousness. And nor are those mantras really the accurate mantras, the real mantras. So that's really what I wanted to touch on here. But I want you to think about something. What if you could actually not only heal yourself of whatever you wanted to heal yourself, whatever ailment, but also target the areas and energy channels within your body that would actually help you to tap into your divine nature, your divine self, as well as to heal the areas above the lower chakras, to tap into the higher chakras. What if you were able to do that? Not only that, what if you had the power to be able to speak things into existence and activate by speaking those things into existence, those various energy centers, to achieve not only the higher states of consciousness, but to achieve transformation within your life. What if you had that level of power? That's why this is understanding, this is knowledge that is not taught to the masses. So, what if you had that kind of power? Well, I want to congratulate you, first of all, for tuning in, because if you found this video, if you found this channel, there's a reason for it. And if you're seeking to be able to learn how to, this isn't about just activating chakras, because look, I get it. There's a ton of people teaching a lot of how to activate your chakras and how to achieve your God power and all of this stuff, right? There's a lot of people teaching all of that, but what I'm teaching is it's the next level. It's the next level of consciousness, which is ascension. So if you found this channel, congratulations, because if this is what you're looking for, then you've come to the right place. So that's what I teach. I'm not teaching people how to activate your chakras. I'm teaching people not only the healing, I teach not only the healing modalities to be able to heal yourself, but to be able to heal others. And not by doing it by way of waving a wand or putting crystals on the body, the Reiki thing, because even that's rigged. All right? The crystals they are giving people are not even the real crystals that heal those energy centers. Right? And you don't even need those crystals to heal those energy centers. If you're a divine being, all you have to do is just channel those centers with your mind. That's the kind of power that you have. And all you have to do is understand what that power is and how to really access it. And that's the understanding, the knowledge that I teach. And I'm going to be honest, I don't teach this to anyone, nor will I. Okay? I'm only teaching it to the ones, I don't like to use the word chosen, because that's a load of crap as well. Right? Many are called, but the chosen are few. I don't really get into all that, because I hear that chosen one mess, and I'm so tired of that. That's another psyop that they push out on the YouTube through the no conscious community. So no, I don't. It's not about being chosen. It's about ascension, because everyone has the right to ascend. Everyone. So I don't teach this just to a few selected people. I teach it to the ones who are looking to ascend and who are worthy, because they have to be vetted. I mean, this is power. I mean, this is real power. This isn't this is, it's not the generic stuff of how to achieve abundance and how to do this and how to do that. No, this is the real. This is the real. All right? This is part of my work, my purpose. So, if this is something that you are really interested in, then feel free to reach out to me, because I'm not teaching this to hundreds of people. I'm only teaching this to the ones who are worthy of the understanding and the knowledge. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'll continue next week on another area I want to uncover relative to the sciences. So thanks so much for tuning in, Tribe family. And if you're interested in registering for one of my classes to learn more about the ancient sciences, as well as the healing modalities during the spring session, which has already begun this month, you can reach out to me on SD, where you can sign up for any of my classes, as well as one of my healing sessions, where I also provide frequency healing. And when I say frequency healing, I'm not talking about turning on some music, like the various frequencies 432 and 528 that they're, putting out there on YouTube. It has nothing to do with music, listening to some music and turning on music. The frequency healing that I'm talking about is this is telepathic frequencies that I mean this is my own method of healing, and it is via telepathy, where I'm healing and targeting certain areas of the body to heal any type of trauma or grief or whatever healing that is required. And this is an ancient science that I didn't read in a book. All right, this is again uploads that came to me from my divine self. So yeah, and this is also related to what I teach to one of the ancient sciences to help you to awaken that part of you in order to access this kind of ancient science. And these aren't technologies, right, that are used in the medicine world today. This is the ancient science that we, as the ancients, already understood. So, if you're interested in signing up for one of those sessions as well, you can feel free to look me up on and reach out to me on SD. I'll leave a link in the chat below. Also, if you're interested in purchasing one of my tribal T-shirts, which helps to support my channel and also, more importantly, honors our ancestors, you can also find that on my SD website as well. Just an FYI regarding the T-shirts for all the men out there, I just want you to know that if you're interested in ordering a T-shirt, when you go on my SD website, do not be alarmed when you see U.S. women's. The shirts are both, they're unisex. They're made for both men and women. They will fit men as well as women. So when you place an order, obviously, when you place the order and you enter in your name, I'm going to know that you're a guy and you require a men's T-shirt, but the sizes fit both. So thanks again for tuning in. Much love and gratitude. And also, if you're enjoying this content, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks again. And as always, tribe, much love, gratitude, and prosperity.